আচ্ছা, ask your friends to join in YouTube also. আজকে পরীক্ষা আছে, একটু বন্ধুদের গ্রুপে, তোমাদের গ্রুপে বলে দাও সবাইকে। জয়েন করুন।
জুমে ক্লাস হচ্ছে, আজকে সাইন ইন দেখাচ্ছে কেন আমাকে? করতেই হবে।
এর করে রাখিস না?
করে রেখেছি, আমি তো খোলা আছে আমার।
মিউট yourself. আমরা ডিসাইড করেছিলাম we won't mute also, we won't open our camera. We'll be starting very soon. Our speaker is joining. Just inform your friends that today you have exams for module 1. After today's class you have exam.
Okay sir.
জয়েন করেছেন?
স্যার এখানে মিউট করতে পারছি না আর ক্যামেরা অফ করতে পারছি না।
কোনো পাসওয়ার্ড দিতে হবে না, আপনি জাস্ট লিংকটা ক্লিক করুন। ঠিক আছে, ক্যামেরা অফ করতে পারছো না, আমি অফ করে দেবো। না না, লঞ্চ মিটিং না, আপনি ভুল লিংকে করেছেন। আমি আপনাকে হোয়াটসঅ্যাপে আবার দিচ্ছি লিংকটা। আপনি ইউনিভার্সাল হিউম্যান ভ্যালু লেখা আছে উপরে, হ্যাঁ ওটা ক্লিক করুন। হ্যাঁ না, ওপেন জুম মিটিং তো লাগবে না, ক্লিক করলে আপনার মোবাইল থেকে করছেন? ল্যাপটপে, আপনার ল্যাপটপে দেখুন আপনার পার্সোনাল মোবাইল মেল আইডি লগ ইন করা আছে, ওটা লগ আউট করে তারপরে করুন।
আমি কি এক্সাম এখনই দিতে পারবো? মানে
এক্ষুনি 8:30 থেকে।
আচ্ছা, আমাকে দেখতে হবে।
আজকে আগে ক্লাসটা হয়ে যাবে তারপরে।
আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে, থ্যাংক ইউ স্যার।
ওকে,
যাবো
ক্লাস তুমি না
তো এক্সাম
যাও গিয়ে টেস্ট করে নাও।
কালকে তো গ্রহণ ছিল না মা, আমি যাচ্ছি।
Hello.
মাসি। জল নেই তো। হ্যাঁ, পড়ে আছে। মাসি।
তারপরে কোনো কথা বলবে না, কেউ উত্তর দিলেও কিছু বলবে না।
কেউ কি কিছু শুনতে পাচ্ছ? কেউ কি কিছু শুনতে পাচ্ছ?
হ্যাঁ শোনা যাচ্ছে।
শোনা যাচ্ছে।
সবাই সব শুনতে পাচ্ছে, কোনো অসুবিধা নেই, তুমি একটু বসো ধৈর্য করে।
স্যার আজকেই তো প্রথম, ওই জন্য বললাম।
মিউট করো।
কেন আজ প্রথম, কেন আজ পরীক্ষা না? এর আগে তো ক্লাস হয়ে গেছে।
হ্যাঁ, তুমি
এর আগে ক্লাসে স্যার জয়েন করা হয়নি স্যার।
সে জয়েন করে দ্যাট ইজ তোমার ব্যাপার।
হ্যাঁ স্যার কিছু বলছেন স্যার?
না না,
হ্যাঁ,
কিছু
হ্যাঁ।
বলছি না, একটু ওয়েট করে যাও বাবা, একটু wait করে যাও, please।
হ্যাঁ স্যার আসলে আমার কানে একটু শুনতে প্রবলেম হচ্ছে।
ঠিক আছে, ঠিক আছে।
আজকে ক্লাসটা কার ছিল? ওই
আসছেন ওই আমাদের কমলাদা।
আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে, ওকে তো আসতে দাও।
ওই যে উনি জয়েন করতে পারছেন না স্যার, সমস্যা।
রিক্তা দত্ত কে আছে? রিক্তা দত্ত এর কালের আমাদের বিয়ে।
আপনি ল্যাপটপ থেকে কি বলছেন? ল্যাপটপ থেকে জয়েন করুন না, থাক না। হ্যাঁ করুন, হ্যাঁ করুন করুন। ওপেন জুম মিটিং, লঞ্চ মিটিং, লঞ্চ মিটিং এ করুন।
লঞ্চ মিটিং করলে হবে?
হ্যাঁ করুন, করুন না, ইমেল আইডি পাসওয়ার্ড দিন না। আগে থেকে টেস্ট করে রাখলে এগুলো অসুবিধাটা হবে না।
ঠিক আছে, করুক না।
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ
স্যার
হ্যাঁ
তোমরা কে কি বলছো?
ঠিক আছে, আপনি লঞ্চ মিটিংটা বাদ দিয়ে অন্য যেটা ছিল ওটাতে যান। পাসওয়ার্ডটা ভুল লিখছিলেন।
সন্ধ্যেবেলা
16 তারিখ ওটা কিছু হলো মাঝি স্যার? 16 তারিখ আর 23 তারিখ আগে ক্লাস হবে তারপর এক্সাম হবে, লিখছো যে first class and 8:30 at 8:30 examination will be taken. Dr. Fakira had joined. I didn't see him.
এখানে আসতো এটা কে কে খুলেছিল? এটা তো এটা এটা খুলে আমি কিছু বের করেছি।
আমি জানি না, আমি খুলিনি।
এটাই দেখা যায় এসেছে বলে দেখতে পাচ্ছ।
বাবা খুলে, আমি খুলি না।
মাসি বাবা কোনদিন মানবে বাবা খুলেছে? হ্যালো,
স্যার
হ্যাঁ
হ্যাঁ বলো।
কে পেরেছে?
হ্যাঁ মোবাইল থেকে হয়েছে স্যার, এবার প্রেজেন্টেশনটা নিতে হবে।
আচ্ছা দেখ তাই করো,
হুম।
মোটামুটি করুক না তাহলেই হবে।
হ্যাঁ স্যার
সিনপসিসটা এতে করে বলে বলে দিক তাই হবে, টপিক এটা
ঠিক আছে।
কনসেপ্টটা দিলেই হবে।
হ্যাঁ স্যার।
এই তো।
কমলা দা,
হ্যাঁ দেখতে পাই।
হ্যাঁ
এই তো।
এবার আপনি পারলে করে দিন, ওই প্রেজেন্টেশনটা
হ্যাঁ
আমাকে মেল করে দিন।
হ্যাঁ মেল করে দিন, ওইটা আপনি শো করবেন আর উনি বলতে থাকবেন তাহলে তো হবে।
আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে, আমি মেল করে দিচ্ছি।
হ্যাঁ
এরকম উনি একটা স্লাইড দেখাবেন, আপনি বলবেন।
হ্যাঁ, আর না হলে উনিও মোবাইল থেকেও পারবেন।
ঠিক আছে।
হ্যাঁ না মোবাইলে ওটা হবে না।
না
আচ্ছা
ঠিক
হয়ে
আছে,
যাচ্ছে।
আপনি মেল করে দিন, মেল করে।
না না
মেইলটা
হয়ে যেতে
করে।
পারে, হবে হবে
আচ্ছা
মোবাইলে
মেল,
হয়ে যাবে। দেখছি
মেলটা
আমার ওই ইটা আছে।
মেলটা করে দিন, আপনি মোবাইল দেখে দেখে বলুন।
হ্যাঁ 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 হ্যাঁ, ঠিক আছে করে দিন। হ্যাঁ পাঠিয়ে দিয়েছি।
পার্সোনাল মেলে না জিস ইউনিভার্সিটি মেলে?
hsmazi@JIS ইউনিভার্সিটি।
আচ্ছা আমি দেখছি স্যার, এখন আসেনি।
আচ্ছা আমি এখানে ল্যাপটপে ওটা খুলে রাখছি, তাই তো?
হ্যাঁ আপনার মেল আবার ঢুকছে না।
ঢুকছে না?
না,
সে কি?
আমি যে মেলটা পাঠালাম ওর রিপ্লাই তো দিতে পারবো?
আরেকবার পাঠাবো?
আমি যে মেলটা করলাম না ওর রিপ্লাই দিতে,
আচ্ছা
তাহলে মনে হচ্ছে তাড়াতাড়ি আসবে।
আজকে সবই প্রবলেম হয়ে গেল, এত প্রবলেম হয় না কোনো।
মেল আসেনি, আপনি মেল আসেনি।
নেট আছে তো?
না গেছে তো 7:50-এ।
ও যাক, আপনি আবার পাঠান।
পাঠাচ্ছি। পাঠালাম, দেখো। দেখো গেছে।
আপনার ল্যাপটপেই কিছু প্রবলেম আছে, মানে নেট কোনো
যায়নি?
কারণে কাজ করছে না।
না নেট তো কাজ করছে, এই তো কানেকশন
আসেনি,
আছে।
মেল আসেনি তো? হ্যাঁ এবার এসছে, রিপ্লাই মেলটাতে ঢুকেছে,
আচ্ছা
অরিজিনালটা আসেনি।
তাহলে আমি ওই মোবাইলটার
আপনি
সাথে
আপনি এক্ষুনি স্ক্রিন দেখতে পাবেন, কোনো অসুবিধা নেই।
মোবাইলটার সাথে কানেকশন করবো এটা, তাই তো?
না স্ক্রিন দেখে দেখে বলুন।
না আমার ভয়েস শোনা যাচ্ছে?
হ্যাঁ খুব ভালো শোনা যাচ্ছে।
আচ্ছা তাহলে ঠিক আছে।
Dear students, I think the screen is visible. Someone please answer.
Going to right. Well,
Yes, sir, is visible, sir.
Yes, sir.
The first slide.
May I start, sir?
Yes,
You can
sir,
start.
please.
So, respected all the faculties and my dear students, today we'll speak about the universal value, and the subtopic is understanding harmony in human being. I think all of you are well acquainted about the universal human value. So today we will start about the understanding harmony in human being. So this is the understanding harmony in human being means we are human beings and we need to first understand ourselves. So what is a human being? And the proposal is that human being is coexistence of the self and the body. So everyone will have a body, and we think that this is the body is our whole thing, but it is not. The coexistence of the self and the body, and self is what we term as I, and body is what we see with our eyes. Okay, so self is what we term as I,
Next
and
slide
body.
স্লাইড দেখা যাচ্ছে না, ওই প্রথমটাই থেকে গেছে, তারপরেরটা মাঝি স্যার আপনি চেঞ্জটা করুন।
হ্যাঁ মাঝি স্যার সেকেন্ড স্লাইডটা
ফার্স্ট পেজটা থেকে যাচ্ছে।
সেকেন্ড স্লাইড প্লিজ।
মাঝি স্যার বোধহয় আউট হয়ে গেছে, মাঝি স্যার নেই। হ্যালো ভাই, তাহলে হি ইজ আউট।
মাঝি স্যার আবার আউট হয়ে গেল।
হ্যাঁ দেখছি তাই, পড়াশোনা আর দেখতেও পাচ্ছি না।
আমি ফোন করে নিচ্ছি। যে স্লাইড খুলছে না।
হ্যাঁ এবারে হচ্ছে।
Okay. So understanding harmony in human being. So we are human being, and we need to first understand ourselves. That is so what is the human being? The proposal is that human being is coexistence of the self and the body, and self is what we term as I, and body is what we see with our eyes. So there is a two different things, that is the I and the body. That the I, that is the self, and the body, that is that what we see with our eyes. To understand the two realities, we can start by looking at the needs, activities, and response of the self and the body. What are the needs, what are the activities, and what are the response of the self and the body that are to be understood by the two realities. So next slide please. Next slide. Okay, so human being, so what is the need? And self and the body, that is the coexistence, and need, that is the happiness. Always we are trying to be happy, in that is the in respect and the trust, etc. That is the thing that we can achieve, and so that the happiness will be there. And the body, the need of the body, that is the physical facility. Physical facility means food, clothes, etc., etc. So physical facility and the happiness. So body need the physical facility and the self, it is needed, that is happiness, that is the respect, trust, and etc. And what is the difference? So actually, if we are considered in time, then the happiness is required, that is it is in continuous form. So we need continuous happiness in our life. But physical facility, that is the food and clothes, and it is the temporary. And in quantity, it is the self, it is the qualitative, the happiness is qualitative, and the physical facilities, that is the it is the food and clothes, it will be the quantitative. So there is a two distinct difference between the self and the body. What is need, that is the happiness, it will be qualitative in terms of the self, and it will be the quantitative in terms of the physical facility. So fulfilled by happiness, that is the right understanding and the right feeling. Right understanding and the right feeling. And here the physiochemical things, the body, that is the physiochemical things. Physiochemical things means food and clothes and water or teas or something like that. That is the physiochemical things. And right understanding and the right feeling. And until and unless you have some right understanding and the right feeling, it is fulfilled by these two things, and there will be happiness in your life. So activity in sense of time, that is the desire, thought and response. Desire, thought and response. And activity for the body, activity for the self, that is the desire, that is the thought, that is the response, what is the response. And the activity of the body, that is the eating and the walking. And in respect of time, desire, thought and response, it will be should be continuous. It should be continuous. But eating and walking, it is temporary. And whole day we are not eating something, whole day we are not walking. But your thought, your desire, your response, it will be in continuous form. So a response, knowing, assuming, recognizing, and fulfilling. That is the response. And in case of the body, that is only the recognize and the fulfilling, not the knowing, assuming, recognizing, and fulfilling. Only recognizing and fulfilling. So physical facilities in terms of the body, that is only depend on the recognizing and fulfilling, not knowing, assuming, recognizing, and fulfilling. This is the basic difference between the self and the body. But these are always coexistence in human being at a time. So next slide, please. So understanding harmony in human being, needs of the self and body. Needs of the self and body. The need of the self is happiness, feeling of respect leading to happiness. Happiness, all the human beings, they need happiness. Without the happiness, their life will not be fulfilled. While the need of the body is physical facility, that is the food, clothes, etc. So all the needs related to the self are continuous in time, and while all the needs related to the body are required for a limited time. And this is one way we can differentiate between the need of the self and the need of the body. So need of the self and need of the body, we can differentiate it one way, and other way to see the difference between the two in terms of quantity and quality. Quantity and quality. That is body, what body wants, that will be measurable, that is in quantitatively measurable, and the happiness, it is the quality. So need for the food is quantitative in nature, and we can identify the quantity of food needed to nurture our body, and same is the case with the need of the clothes, shelter, etc., etc. So need for the food always it is quantitative in nature, and need for the self, it is not quantitative, it will not measurable. And next slide, please. Then needs of the self and the body. The needs of the self and the body, needs of the self and the body, that is the feeling of respect, trust, etc., is not quantitative in nature. We don't say today I got half kg of respect or 2 meters of trust. So these feelings are qualitative in nature. So so it is not to be measured in a quantity. So 2 meters of trust cannot be purchased, or half kg or the 1 kg of respect cannot be purchased. So now let us see how these two different types of needs are fulfilled. The needs for food is fulfilled by something physical, but when it comes to the need for respect, it is fulfilled by the feeling of respect, by the feeling of respect. So all the needs related to the body are fulfilled by some physiochemical things, that is the food, clothes, etc., etc. And all the needs related to the self means I, and are in terms of feeling, and they are fulfilled by right understanding and right feeling. Until and unless the right understanding and right feeling will be there, the happiness will not be achieved by the human beings. So self and the body, the activities of the self and the body, the self has the activity of desire, thought, and expectation. DTE, desire, thought, and expectation, and future continuous. On the other hand, any activity of the body like eating, walking, etc., is temporary in time, because all the time we not be eating or walking. So it is temporary, but your thought, your self-activity, that is desire, thought, and expectation, which are continuous. So this is the basic difference between the self and the body. So self, always, that is the activity of desire, thought, and expectation, and the body that needs something, that is the physiochemical needs. Okay, so this is the basic difference between the body and the self. Then next slide. Understanding harmony in human being, that the response of the self and the body, response of the self and the body, that is response of the self and the body. The response of the body is based on recognizing and fulfilling, whereas the response of the self is based on knowing, assuming, and fulfilling. Knowing, assuming, and fulfilling. The recognition and fulfillment of the body is definite, while that of the self is determined by activity of assuming. As assumption changes, the recognition and fulfillment by the self also changes. So response of the body is based on recognizing and fulfilling, whereas the response of the self is based on knowing, assuming, recognizing, and fulfilling. The four terms, that is the knowing and the assuming, and then recognizing, and then fulfilling. So recognition and fulfillment of the body is definite, while that of the self is determined by the activity of assuming. As assumption changes, the recognition and fulfillment by the self also changes. This is the main thing. If your assumption is being changed, then your recognition will also be changed. So the conduct of the human being basically depends upon the response of the self, as all the decisions are made by the self. So only with the assumption set right, that is assuming based on knowing, which is definite, can recognizing and fulfilling be set right, and only then the conduct can become definite. So conduct of the human being basically depends upon the response of the self. Response of the self, mind that. Self response, if the self response is poor, the all the decision will be poor. So as all the decisions are made by the self, only with the assumption set right. If the assumption is not set right, then the assuming based of knowing will be not right, and then your recognizing capacity and the fulfilling will be the wrong. So your conduct of the human being basically depends upon the response of the self. So it's a very crucial thing, that is the body and the self. The differentiate of the body and the, if we don't differentiate the body and self, then our activity will not be reflected in a like a manner, that is we not be fulfilling our all the desire or thought or expectation like that. So the conduct of the human being basically depends upon the response of the self. Okay, so then next slide please. So understanding harmony in human being, that is the response of the self and the body. All the problems of a human being are due to assumption without knowing. Mind that all the problems of a human beings are due to assumption without knowing. If your assumption without knowing, then all the problem may arise. And the solution lies in ensuring the activity of knowing. So ensuring the activity of knowing is the best thing, and the solution lies in ensuring the activity of knowing. This is possible only through education sanskar. Education sanskar. Through education, you should be able to know what is the body, what is the self, and what is the knowing, assuming, recognizing, fulfilling, and knowing if it is known rightly in way, then resolution will be easily. The assuming and recognizing, fulfilling, what will be that? The next slide, it will be described in next slide. Next slide, please. Okay, so knowing. So there is a interrelated, that is assuming, recognizing, fulfilling. It may be a problem if it is not knowing. Actually, we are not able to understand, we are never not able to recognize rightly, then there will be the problem. That problem that created, that the preconditioning or assuming without knowing. So assuming without knowing, that will create the problem. And the conduct is indefinite dependence. So assuming without, that is the precondition. So it is preconditioning, that is the assumption is based without knowing something, without knowing anything. So problem will there. That problem will be solved through the education sanskar, and so that your universal human value is too much necessary for your education purpose. So knowing a resolution, that is the education sanskar, knowing the resolution, any problem, the resolution will be there if their education sanskar is there. And knowing through self-verification on the basis of natural acceptance. An assumption is definite, conduct is definite. So it is very, very necessary, the knowing through self-verification on the basis of natural acceptance. Assumption is definite and the conduct is definite, and so that the resolution will be there. Otherwise, the problem will be created, and that problem, so many things will appear in your life, and that will be discussed in next slide. Next slide, please. So, self as the consciousness entity, and the body as the material entity. So self is the consciousness entity, that consciousness by which we can recognize something, and so that your desire, your thought, your expectation will come, and you will be able to solve, and there will be the resolution will come. But the body as the material entity, so self and the body are two different types of reality. The self is the domain of consciousness. Self is the domain of consciousness, and which is characterized by the activity of knowing, assuming, recognizing, and fulfilling. Mind that. So self is the domain of consciousness. Something when the human beings are to be fulfilled by the satisfaction by the by any means, so which is recognized, which is characterized by the activity of knowing, assuming, and recognizing, and fulfilling, and that the self is the domain of consciousness. Consciousness is too much necessary to recognize, or to fulfilling, or knowing something, or assuming something. Otherwise, so your consciousness is the domain for the self, and the body is the domain of the material, and it only has the activity of recognizing and fulfilling. So body is the domain of the material, and it only has the activity of the recognizing and fulfilling, only recognizing and fulfilling. So there is when the self, the consciousness is characterized by the activity of knowing, assuming, recognizing, and fulfilling. The body, the domain, it only the activity of recognizing and fulfilling. So happiness is need of the consciousness, and happiness is the need of the consciousness, and it is fulfilled by right understanding and right feeling. And if you don't have right understanding, if you don't have right feeling, your happiness will be disappeared. Your happiness will be not appear. And which are the activities of the consciousness itself. So happiness is the need of the consciousness, and it is fulfilled by right understanding. Everyone we need happiness, but happiness, your right feeling and right understanding is required. From where it will be created? From the domain of the self, domain of consciousness. The self is the domain of consciousness, from where it will be originating. So happiness is need of the consciousness, and it is fulfilled by the right understanding and right feeling, which are the activities of consciousness itself. And the body is a material unit. It needs a material in nature, and they are fulfilled by physiochemical things. So it is too much clear to us that is self, and that the domain it is the domain of consciousness, and the body, that is the material unit. It's a need the material, and material in nature, and they are fulfilled by physiochemical things. Physiochemical things means I have already mentioned, that is the food, clothes, etc., etc. Okay, so next slide. Next slide, please. Self. Yes. Self is the consciousness, and the body is the material entity. So to understand the human being, both the domain of consciousness as well as the domain of material needs So domain of consciousness and domain of material. So domain of consciousness means self, and the domain of material means body. So both the domain should be understood by human being. For human beings, both domains needed to be fulfilled separately, because we will discuss later on. That is, the human beings, both domains need to be fulfilled. First domains, that is the self, that is the consciousness, and the body, that is the material entity. The both domains to be fulfilled by the human being separately. Otherwise, your happiness, your continuous happiness, your desire, your thought, your expectation will not be fulfilled. So what are the key takeaways? That is, human being is coexistence of the self, that is the consciousness, and the body, that is the material. This can be seen on the basis of exploring into the need, fulfillment of need, activity and response of the self and the body. So I have discussed already, that is the need, the activity, the response, need for the self, that is the qualitative, and need for the body, that is the quantitative. Something like that. This is also for activity and for response, etc., etc. So in particular, the response of the body is definite, and while the response of the self depends on assuming. So response of the body is definite means, I want to take some food, so I will take some food. That is the definite. So I will eat 200 grams of rice or something like that. That is the definite. But while the response of the self depends on assuming. So assumption, assuming, and it will be from your it will be from your domain, that is the consciousness. It will be from your consciousness domain. So in particular, the response of the body is definite, while the response of the self depends on assuming. So with assuming based on knowing, the conduct of a human beings get the definite, otherwise it is indefinite. So knowing the conduct of human beings get the definite with assuming based, and otherwise it is indefinite. So clearly the assuming, that is the assumption, assuming, and it will be originating from the domain of consciousness. Domain of consciousness. So body and the self, two domains, are distinctly separated. That is the consciousness is the domain of the self, and the body, the material, physical material, that is the domain of the body. And the need of the two things, that the self and the body, are always be separated. So next slide. So understanding harmony in human being, that is the evaluation of current situation. Evaluation of current situation, gross misunderstanding may be there. And human being, that's the self and body, the self and body, that is the coexistence. Need, respect, and body need physical facility, that is the food, clothes, etc. It, respect, that is the respect or trust. Respect or trust, it should be continuous, but and the physical and continuous and unlimited. And accumulation of physical facility unlimited, that is deprivation. So someone is thinking out that I am deprived of getting a huge amount of money, I am deprived of getting huge amount of food, I am deprived of getting a huge amount of clothes, etc., etc. So this is the unlimited accumulation of physical facilities, unlimited. So accumulation unlimited, that is feeling of deprivation, that I don't have enough. I don't always, he will be thinking about that, I don't have enough. So there is a feeling of deprivation and effort of physical facility, and that effort of physical facility will be unlimited. So there is a unbalance. There will be the unbalanced situation, your self and body. If the accumulation of physical facility is unlimited, then the deprivation, that is the feeling of deprivation, will be there, that I don't have enough, I don't have enough money, I don't have enough clothes, I don't have enough food, such like that. But effort for physical, and say, he or she, that human beings will be very, very careful for that physical, to achieve that physical facilities, and it is unlimited, and that accumulation will get the deprivation of getting some sorts of physical facilities. So this is the thing by which we can evaluate our current situation. The current situation throughout the world, throughout our country, it is happening that that is the physical facility. For the physical facility, it is the gross misunderstanding that I want so many money, guys, I want so many houses, I want so many flats, I want so many foods, I want so many clothes. This is the gross misunderstanding, and that's why the deprivation, and that's why so many things are happening day by day. So next slide. Okay, so due to overuse of physical facility, in previous slide I have discussed about that. If it is the wanting is too much more due to overuse of the physical facility, there are widespread repercussion at every level of human existence. Every level of human existence, because due to overuse of physical facilities, wanting is too much. There are widespread of repercussion at every level of human existence. On the other hand, there is exploitation of natural resources. Exploitation means I have purchased 10 flats. That is the exploitation. I have purchased so many clothes. It's the exploitation. Exploitation of natural resources for more and more physical facility, for more and more physical facility, and we want more thing for physical facility, and human beings are exploited in the process, and also they are made to compete for the limited physical facility. So human beings are exploited the process, and also they are made to compete. They're made to compete for the limited. They are always running behind the physical facilities. So the way ahead, the only way to come out of this understanding is to understand the human being as it is, and the self has to be understood as a conscious entity and body as a material entity. So their needs are different, and the activities are different, response are different, and basically there are two different entities coexisting as a human being. So the only way to come out of this misunderstanding is to understand the human being as it is. So you should understand the human being. What am I? That is the body and the self. That is the coexistence of these two things. That is the body and self. That should be differentiated. Otherwise, you will not be happy. The self has to be understood as a conscious entity. And if you have lacking some conscious entity, then you will run behind the physical facilities always. This is the situation. This is the modern situation, present situation.
Hello,
And
hello,
hello.
hello, sir. Sir,
Hello.
hello, hello.
Sir,
Okay,
exam.
okay.
Sir, exam.
Hello, sir, শুনতে পাচ্ছি না।
Okay.
Sir, exam 8:30 already gone. It's 8:36.
Hello.
Sir, computer assignment is still left. Please conduct the exam.
Okay, no problem. Hello. So today, may I stop here? Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So have you understood about difference between the self and the body? Anyone can say what is body and what is self? Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Sir, not audible.
Audible. Why not?
Audible.
What?
Sir, you are perfectly audible. If you want to stop, no issues.
No,
Sir.
students are requested that their exam is 8.
Yeah, exam link I'll be sharing as soon as you stop the today's session.
Okay.
So may I continue?
You can continue. You continue, please.
So understanding harmony in the cell. Now we will explore into the activities of the cell and see how harmony can be ensured. Among all the activities of the cell, resulting in a state of continuous happiness. So activities of the cell resulting into a state of continuous happiness. So self, that is the desire, thought, expectation, and the domain of the consciousness, from where the domain of the consciousness, domain of the self, that the consciousness. So continuous happiness will be achieved after the activities of the self, and the activities of the self can be seen in terms of desire, thought, and expectation. So desire is the name given to the activity of the imaging, and you are making an image in the self, and desire is the form of an image which you have created within. So, and thought is the power for the activity of analyzing based on comparing various possibilities to fulfill your desire. So thought is the power for the activity of analyzing based on comparing various possibilities to fulfill your desire. So without thought, you will not be able to fulfill your desire. That is activity and the capacity of analyzing capacity based on comparing various possibilities. So many various possibilities will be there, and from that your thought will be such, your desire will be fulfilled by your thinking ability. So expectation is the power for the activity of selecting based on testing. Activities of the self are continuous. These powers of desire, thought, and expectation are inexhaustible, and at the activities are continuous. So your power of desire, your power of thought, and your expectation are inexhaustible. So if your consciousness, if your consciousness is there, so your thought, your expectation, your desire will be there. If your consciousness is not there, then the from that domain it will be created. So and the activities, and so the activity will be the continuous in form. So next slide please. The activities of imaging, analyzing.
Slide. And no visual. It is not visible. No. Next slide is not visible.
Next slide.
It is not
Maji?
visible.
Maji sir, please, next slide. Okay. ল্যাপটপটা গন্ডগোল হয়েছে গন্ডগোল হয়ে গেল। ওকে, নেক্সট স্লাইড।
Sir, I think the next slide is visible.
No. No, it is not visible.
No. It is there, sir. So, sir, can we start the exam?
Oh,
So
that already it has been finished.
Oh, now এটাই উনি কন্টিনিউ করবেন নেক্সট ডেতে।
Okay. Next.
আচ্ছা, তাহলে
Okay.
কমলাকান্ত স্যার,
হ্যাঁ, ওকে,
স্যার, ক্যান উই কনক্লুড এন্ড স্টার্ট দ্য এক্সাম?
Okay.
no problem. Next day I'll rest of the slide will be concluded next day.
আচ্ছা, ঠিক আছে স্যার, ঠিক আছে।
Okay.
So, dear students, we will start the exam, but two links will be shared. One is for attendance and the second one is for exam. So both the links will be open for the coming 12 hours.
Mhm.
So be comfortable and answer the questions carefully, right?
12
Am I
hours
audible?
time duration.
Someone please answer. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'll share two links. One is for attendance that you will respond right now, and the second one is for exams. So both the links will remain open for next 12 hours. So that is tomorrow at 9 a.m. the links will be closed. Regarding exams, you can submit. Bolbe na kotha. When someone is speaking, don't interrupt.
Priyanka, Sono, listen.
So tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. both the links will be closed. You have to answer carefully because you can answer only once. You can answer only once. As soon as you submit the link is closed. You cannot retake the test. Correct? Any doubt?
Yeah. Next, if you have any question, you can ask.
Sir, could you please share the link of the exam in the Telegram group?
No, absolutely no. It will be shared in YouTube and this Zoom live.
Sir, but
Sir, how to give the test
after-
from there?
If you click the link in your mobile phone, the Google form will be open.
Sir, so link is there in the description of YouTube channel.
Right now I am posting beta.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
You wait. At today's attendance test 1, attendance S1, attendance S2, attendance S3. We accept test 1 module 1. Attendance S3. Attendance S3. So first of all, I am pasting the link for test 1. Yeah.
Attendance is very poor, no?
No, sir. around 500 students are listening.
Okay.
Right. Or YouTube. So many
YouTube
students are in
and
YouTube.
Zoom.
Now may I leave?
No, sir. Wait for sir.
Okay, no problem.
Better check whether the link is visible. It is in the chat box of Zoom right now.
Yes, sir, it's visible, sir.
Yeah, this is the test link. I am pasting it in the YouTube also. Check whether it is visible or not. Someone who is there in the YouTube, please check whether the test link is visible. Write Y in the chat box if it is visible in YouTube.
Right.
Sir.
Why?
Sir, the Google form says it is no longer accepting responses. What to do now?
Yeah, it will accept beta. You have completed. Just now,
12 hours.
the test requires at least 10 minutes.
10 minutes, 12, before 12 minutes, 12 hours is time. Before
So the link
Okay,
is
sir,
opened
understood.
just now.
Sir, understood.
Will not accept any responses, sir.
Yeah, it will. Definitely it will. Check
I
again.
just clicked on the link just now, sir.
Yeah. So it's not accepting, right?
No, sir.
Again I'll paste. Again I'll paste. Check this one. The same link I'm pasting. Is it accepting?
Yes, sir. This is
Very
accepting,
good.
sir.
Very good. So don't make hurry. It is open till tomorrow morning. Answer carefully. You can copy and paste this link in somewhere else. And wait a bit. I'll share the attendance link. Please wait.
Okay.
Attendance S2. Attendance S2. Attendance S2. Attendance S2. Attendance S2 USB1. No. Attendance S2 feedback. Attendance. It is attendance S4, right? Today is the fourth one. No?
fourth one.
Attendance session 4 UHB 1 JIS University. So I'll share it. Copy. Attendance session 4, make a copy. Dr. KKROY. Today's date is 09/11/2022. Response. Accepting response. Send. Attendance. Attend. Copy. Better check whether the attendance link is working or not. You can respond to this link right now.
Yes, sir, it's working.
Okay. So you give your attendance regarding the other part, that examination. The link will be open till tomorrow morning. Don't worry. Huh? I have pasted the link in YouTube also, and you confirm that this is working. Right? So be
Sir,
comfortable. Bolo.
Sir, I had a question. There's an option called program of study. Which one do we have to select?
Yeah. Program means, I'll share the link. Program means, say, science is a program. Drop down is there, na? Education is a program. Pharmacy is a program. Engineering technology is a program.
Biotechnology
is science. See,
Science.
program means this: engineering, management, pharmacy, science, education, juridical science, and agriculture. So tell me your department, I can help you.
Sir, it's juridical science.
Juridical science, the program
Yes.
is there. Okay. Then in the
Yes,
course, then in the course you have to write here BBA, LLB, or LLB, or LLM, whatever.
Okay, sir. And sir, we do not have any like registered roll number. So
So you have to write JISU ID. JISU/this/this. Be careful
Okay,
to write
sir.
that carefully, because that marks will be added.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Sadesh sir, আর কিছু বলবেন?
No, okay. Actually, on Kamlakanta sir will continue this speech. Actually, the half part had been completed, and next portion will be presented on next Wednesday. But as usual on Sunday 4 to 5,
Right.
we'll be discussing the feedback session that on the part that has been delivered by your Kamalakanta sir. So that will be discussed on Sunday 4 to feedback session at 4 to 5. Okay.
And I request Kamalakanta sir also to join if you can please on
just listen.
Sunday 4 p.m.
Next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday is your scheduled class, but your class feedback you can discuss with the students. That will be on Sunday at 4 p.m.
Okay.
If you are free, you can join. That will be a discussion kind of thing. ঠিক আছে আচ্ছা এই যে কোশ্চেনসটা দেখছো the questions that you see in the screen basically দেখবে কিছু স্টার দেওয়া আছে হ্যাঁ you can find more than 10 questions. Some of the questions, see, name 2 sources of unhappiness. Here there might not be any marks assigned, but some of the questions marks are assigned. You are having more than 10 questions, try to answer all, because some of the questions are marked, some are not. Maximum marks is 10. You are supposed to score a minimum of 5. Okay, someone please answer. Saurabh Senapati, you raised hand, want to speak anything?
Sir, if by any chance someone is not able to get 5, what happens then?
Then he is failed. In the
Like
second, there are 5 tests into 10 marks.
You'll have to,
So 5 into 10 is
score
50.
25 marks.
Yeah, you have to score 25 marks.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So thank you all. We are closing the session, right? Both the links will be
On
open till
Sunday
tomorrow
4 p.m.
Okay, Sunday 4
We'll
p.m.
meet on 4 p.m. Okay.
Thank you, sir, and good night all.
Okay.
Okay.